Hi guys. So we're going to start by going through some of the notes. We did go over this earlier this year in class, but we'll go through it one more time and just to make sure everyone's on the same page. So we're talking about maps, charts, graphs, and diagrams, but mostly we're going to focus on maps. So we know maps show areas of land and sea, such as cities, countries, or continents. We know we're talking about the continent of Africa, specifically empires and kingdoms and countries of within Western Africa. So that's for maps, and we'll go down and do an example together. But we also know that charts and graphs use the same sort of like colors, numbers to provide data about a topic so information can be easily compared and contrasted. And then diagrams explain an idea, process, or how something works. They often include words as labels or descriptions or arrows to show the order in which things happen or things work. So scrolling down, the strategy we've used throughout this year is the TKO strategy. So identify the title. Usually we circle the title, but we won't do that on the computer. Check out the key, and usually we circle the key and look at that information there. And then any other information, any extra information we can find in the graph, you're then asking yourself, what are the main things I take away from this? What am I learning? And what does the creator want me to remember? This first image here, this is a map. This would be a chart. This would be a diagram. All of them use pictures. The second two use numbers, and we see that there's labels throughout to kind of give us an idea of what the chart, what the map, what the graph is showing us. So this is a map that we are looking at. Usually we might see that the title is at the top. Here we notice that the title is actually at the top of the key. The title of this map is African Trade, and then it gives us the dates that we're looking at, 1450 to 1600. So the first question asks you, what's the title of the map? The map here, you can write African Trade, or you can write African Trade and the dates that it references. Then it asks, what are some things that you see in the key? So this box here, we know this white box here is the key. So first thing I notice is I see a bunch of different arrows. So we know that these arrows, it actually tells us what they represent. A green arrow represents imports. That's goods, that's items coming into a place. The purple arrow is exports. That's goods, that's materials going out of a place, something we're trading for something else. And then inter-African trade is this red arrow here. Then we look at this other part of the key, and we can see that these other symbols are what they're actually trading. So they're trading brass, they're trading copper, they're trading shells, gold, nuts, salt, slaves, sugar, textiles, and weapons. Those are all things that are being traded. So if we look at this part of the map, we can see the arrows going one way are the things that they're giving to somebody else, and then the arrows going the other way are the things that are coming in towards them. Imports coming in, exports going out. The white box symbol, I asked what does the white box symbol represent? So I'm looking back here, I'm looking at the key, and I actually see two white boxes. I see one for salt and one for sugar. Let's look at the answer choices. No salt, no salt, no salt. Here we got salt and there's no sugar. So I know D here would be my correct answer.